What's up guys, this is TampaTec and this is the Insignia TV that I've been working on. This TV's really giving me a headache. It's been surged and so it can be a bad power supply or bad main logic board. And the reason why I say that is because when you get a power surge, it can enter through the power cord or the HDMI cable or both. So I could have two bad boards. Now I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot using a multimeter and not using a multimeter. We're going to utilize a website called TV Parts Today Troubleshooting Wizard, and they have a great troubleshooting wizard on their website that you can utilize for free. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, we're going to troubleshoot using a multimeter and then we're going to utilize the website. So right here, we're going to use my Fluke multimeter. We're going to put it in AC mode. So AC right here, and we're going to test the input voltage coming from the power cord. We're going to make sure the power cord is okay. And so when you do this, be very careful. When the TV's plugged in, you can get shocked, so do not touch the circuit board. It's probably best to wear rubber gloves or just hold the probes like this and don't touch the metal leads. So right here, we're going to take the power cord. I'm going to put one lead right here and the other lead right here on each end of the connection right there, and we have 119 AC volts. And let's go ahead and remove that. And so now we know we're getting input voltage through the power cord, so we can eliminate the power cord from being bad. And we have a good power cord. So this section right here that's outlined in black, this is all the hot section, and it converts AC volts to DC volts that distributes DC volts to the other boards. This is the LED driver, backlight driver right here that drives the backlights for the TV. So if you don't have a glow on your TV or a backlight that's glowing, it could be a bad LED backlight driver board that's bad. Sometimes that board is built into the power supply board, so keep that in mind. If you have a TV that has no picture or a black screen, you can use the flashlight on your phone to troubleshoot the TV. Shine that flashlight on the screen. If you see an image, then most likely the main logic board and T-Con board is good and the backlight circuit is bad. It could be a bad LED driver board or bad LED strips inside your TV. But if you don't see an image, then it could be a bad T-Con board or bad main logic board. Right here's the T-Con board, and that controls the image on the LCD screen. And so if you get lines on the screen or some kind of distortion on the screen, it could be a bad T-Con board. And then over there is the main logic board, also known as the audio video board, and that's with all the audio video inputs, as you can see. And so when you hit volume up or volume down, that controls all your logic functions when you use the TV remote. And so if you don't have audio and you have issues with your video, that could be an issue with the main logic board, or power, that could be an issue with the main logic board as well. So it could be a number of things with the main logic board. And so next thing I like to check is my standby voltage, and we're going to put my meter in DC mode right here. And so I'm going to put my black lead on a ground source, which is the chassis right here. That should be a good ground source. And then I'm going to put my lead on where it says either 5V, 5 volt, or 3.3V. On this TV, I think it's STBY. Standby voltage is usually 5 volts or 3 volts. And so we're going to look for that. And here it is. It says 5V. As you can see, we got our 5 volts. And it's steady. Now, if it was jumping up and down, then we would have issues with either the capacitors or the voltage regulator on the power supply board. Or you could just swap out the power board to be, faster. So troubleshooting the main logic boards are really difficult for me because I have a multimeter, and you really need different tools to troubleshoot ICs and microprocessors like a O-scope. And you also need a schematic, how to read that. So utilizing websites like TV Parts Today, YouTube, or just Google search in general would help. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so here it is, TV Parts Today. This is a website I utilize, and you can utilize as well. So we're going to start off right here just showing you can buy parts, T-con boards, LED backlight driver boards, main logic boards, and so they do have a troubleshooting, and they also sell parts, which is great as well. So when you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a wizard right there. TV repair troubleshooter. Hello traveler, I am the Wizard of TV Repair. I'm here to help you troubleshoot and repair TVs. Every glitch has a wizardly fix. And it's very charming. So let's go ahead and start right here. It says, what is the main status of your TV? So right now we have a dead set or power issues. But you can choose audio, video issues, TV functions, but with issues. So if you choose right here, dead set like we have, then hit next, then it's gonna proceed forward with the troubleshooting wizard. Dead set or power issues, please select the issue. No power light or standby light, which we don't have. We don't have a standby light, we don't have a power light, but we do have standby voltage, we know that. No power, but standby present, we don't have that. Intermediate power or power cycling, and that's what I mentioned earlier. If you have your 5 volts going on and off, you know, it could be a bad capacitor or bad capacitors or bad voltage regulator in your power supply. So as of right now, we have no power, no standby light. Hit next. All right, no power, light, or standby light. Please replace the power supply board. So we know that we have standby voltage, right? And knowing that information, we should have, you know, standby light, but we don't. Did this resolve your issue? And we'll go ahead and click no and hit next because I believe the power board is good. Now it says right here, it says replacing the power supply did not resolve the issue. Please replace the main logic board. So that's the next thing in line. So did this resolve your issue? TV Parts today sent me a main logic board. So let's go ahead and try to swap out the main logic board and see if it fixes the TV. Okay, so I got the board in right here and we're going to swap it out. Sometimes it may not come with this case right here, but it's easy to swap out anyway. But when you replace boards, you have to look at the sticker number first. And so you want to match up the board utilizing this number, and there's other numbers too as well, which is this number on top that you see right here. And so you gotta make sure that you have the right part number and before you install it. And that's the number that you're gonna need when you search for these boards. And so if you're gonna replace this, it's just you know, to loosen that nut right there, and I believe you have to remove these screws right here on the side of the VGA connection. When swapping boards, always unplug the TV. Let's go ahead and pinch and pull these cables. Never pull on the wires. Always pinch and then pull it out holding the connector. Pinch and pull. Same thing with these. Never pull on these wires. You can rip the wires right out of these connectors. And so what you want to do here is just grab the whole connector and then pinch and pull that off. You might have to use 2 hands. There we go. All right. Go ahead and plug everything in. Just like that. Make sure everything's pushed in and clicked on. And so I'm going to use a blast adapter just so it gives me audio video. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and turn the TV on. We're going to plug it in. I heard a click. Look, and now we have a standby light right here, as you can see. Let me go ahead and turn off the light. See, now we have a standby light. So that lets you know that there should be logic voltage running through the TV. Alright, so looks like the backlight is on, which is good. The TV is illuminating through this cage. I don't know if you can see that or not. I think it's HDMI 1. Oh wow, we got a picture. So let's go ahead and put the TV together. With some TVs, you have to remove the screws and the clips to remove the back cover. And also there's, sometimes cables to the standby light or the control panel on the side of the TV. So you might have to unplug that and then remove the back cover. And so now we're going to go ahead and just connect it right here. Here we go. And it goes back here. Make sure when you screw in these screws, make sure there's no wires that are in the way. Of course, it's on the other side. We're going to plug in the blast adapter. There we go, we got a picture. And so I'm using the AtGames blast adapter. And let's go ahead and turn it on and see if we got audio. No audio. Raise the volume helps. No audio. TV speakers are off, so let's go ahead and turn that on. There we go. Nice. If you don't get audio, don't panic. Just make sure that the volume is up and also the TV speakers are turned on in your audio settings. Alright, so it looks like it resolved the issue. So I'm going to click on yes. Hit next. And no fireworks? There should be some cool animation or fireworks or something. But alright, great. Looks like the issue has been resolved. And still unsure about your repair, enter your email and one of our TV repair experts will reach out. So that's also really nice that they'll follow up on that. I love this TV repair troubleshooting guide. Even though it's very simplistic, it's very useful. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, give me a big thumbs up. If you know anyone that has a broken TV, go ahead and click on the share button below and share this video to them, help someone out. Subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay updated on the latest tech videos. Thanks guys for watching.